Welcome to Cat Eye US Stock. We watch markets with calm focus and sharp instincts. It's Tuesday, May 5th, 2026, and the vibe? Risk on, just not careless. The S&P 500 hit a record close. The Nasdaq tagged another record, and small caps sprinted. But the real story wasn't the headline. It was the rotation underneath. Chips ripped while a few of the biggest AI leaders quietly bled. Looking at the S&P 500 heatmap, it looked like a broadly positive day. Most tiles green, but the intensity? Highly concentrated. Semiconductors were the neon cluster, while pockets like credit services, software, and entertainment showed meaningful red. And the weirdest contrast of the day? Chip euphoria with Nvidia sitting in the red. That heatmap pattern? It lines right up with the money flow. The market leaned hard into a hardware catch-up trade. Semis and AI infrastructure proxies got accumulated. At the same time, defensives like staples and utilities stayed bid. That reads like confidence, not complacency. On the flip side, crowded software and select streaming names were treated as funding sources. So here's the tension that mattered today. Indexes at records but not powered in the usual way. Breadth and second-tier participation did a lot of the heavy lifting. Nvidia being down while the broader semi-complex surged. That was the cleanest positioning tell. The market still drew lines. Credit services were weak, and AI software got policed on valuation, with Palantir taking a hit despite its results. On the chatter front, there wasn't a specific verified rumor list driving the tape today. What circulated was more narrative than news. Positioning talk, rotation talk, and who is being used as a funding source. Keep that in the right box, interpretation, not fact. The cleaner catalysts, the post-close earnings headlines and AI hardware. Intel, ticker INTC, was one of the loudest tells of the day. Up in a way that felt like a statement move. The analysis pinned it to an AI and CPU turnaround narrative, backed by heavy dip buying and positioning momentum. When a high-liquidity megacap in semis moves like that, it reshapes leadership fast and forces underweights to respond. Micron, ticker MU, also ripped. Framed here as the market leaning into memory as an AI infrastructure picks and shovels play. The driver, demand and pricing tailwinds tied to the AI build-out, plus bullish commentary and target actions. The takeaway is clear. Today's AI trade wasn't just about GPUs. It pushed into more of the stack. Qualcomm, ticker QCOM, was another standout in the Chip Shockwave. The analysis called it a post-earnings re-rating and buy-the-dip behavior, tied to an AI and auto growth narrative. In rotation terms, it fit the day perfectly. Buyers were rewarding adjacent AI exposure that feels a lot less crowded than the obvious leaders. Nvidia was the big divergence down, even as semiconductors broadly surged. The notes frame it as rotation and profit-taking. Nvidia was used as a source of funds while the laggards ran. Now, that doesn't automatically break the trend, but it is high signal about positioning and shows just how selective this rally really was. Palantir, ticker PLTR, was the other side of today's tape. It sold off hard. The analysis called it a sell the news event and valuation digestion, even with reported beats. In the context of the session, Palantir reinforced the theme. High multiple AI software just wasn't where the marginal dollar wanted to be today. AMD was the key setup name into the close, rallied into earnings after the bell, with traders positioning for confirmation that chip demand strength is broadening beyond Nvidia. The way AMD trades on results and commentary, that can act like a permission slip or a speed bump for this entire semiconductor catch-up move. Looking ahead, the near-term focus is earnings digestion and guidance read-throughs from AI and hardware reporters, especially AMD and SMCI after the May 5th close. The big question is simple. Does today's semiconductor catch-up get follow-through, or does it fade if guidance disappoints? Beyond that, traders are starting to position for next week's inflation and retail sales cluster, May 12th through 14th, 2026, and watch out for a tentative Fed chair nomination vote on May 11th. Those are the calendar items that can shift the tone fast. Bottom line. Today was bullish on the surface. Records, green screens, broad participation. But it was also a day where leadership fractured in a very tradable way. Chips and small caps carried the load, while parts of megacap AI and software got trimmed. For the next session, Keep it simple. Watch whether the post-earnings reactions support the hardware rotation or whether the market starts funding new trades by selling the same leaders all over again. Thank you for watching Cat Eye US Stock. Stay curious, stay calm, and we'll see you next time.